Hi everybody, I'm back with you again for some more Return to Dark Tower talk. I wanted to show off these plastic bases which I got off Etsy. These are to go on the bases of the minis for the Return to Dark Tower Dark Horde expansion. So it's very hard sometimes if you have a lot of minis on the board to tell what level each monster is. So here we have white for level 2 monsters, the blue for level 3, the yellow for level 4, and red for the level 5 adversaries. And those are the same colors used on the cardboard tokens. So let's open it up and have a look. All right, the first thing I notice is that the bases come in multiple sizes because obviously the mini figures are all different sizes. So I had a moment of panic at first when I pulled this brigand out and put it on a base, and the base was way too big. But then I realized, oh, there's a correct size base here. So I have a level 2 brigand here and a level 3 widow-made spider. Let's put those on the bases and see what they look like. All right, this is what they look like with the bases on them. And I must say I was impressed by how easy it was to put these bases on. They snap right on. Very, very good fit. There's no chance they're going to fall off, and yet they are on there so that they can be removed later. It's quite easy to take them off, but they fit on snugly enough. You're never going to have to, did I say snugly? Snug enough so that you'll never have to worry about them falling off. And my big question I had was, will they still fit in the box once we put the bases on? And actually, I'm quite impressed. It seems as though the answer is yes. They go on right back. They don't poke up outside of the sleeves. The spider here, I did one off camera just to try it out, and they both go on very, very easily. This comes up, the spider here comes up right below, the one that doesn't have the base on it comes up just under this lip here, and with the base on it, it comes up pretty much equal with the lip. And I put the lid on just to see, oops, got it upside down, just to see how it will work, and it does go back on easily. It does not feel like it's poking up. I can't even feel it if I rub my finger over it here. It does feel, if I push down on it here, I can feel it, but only if I'm trying. And I did put the lid on just as a test. Let me see if I can do it one-handed. It's kind of hard one-handed. Let me see. Sorry about this exciting view of the camera jittering while I'm holding my phone. But yep, the box goes on fully, very easily. No difficulty. It's not poking up. It doesn't feel raised or anything like that. It does go on flush. So now let's see what happens if we put some more bases on, especially on the bottom level. All right, here are some of the creatures from the bottom level of the box. We have the 4 quest markers, which had their own bases, which I was happy to see. I didn't even realize they would. I thought it would just be the monsters, so that's cool. They're pretty sharp looking. Like that. I have the dragons on their gold bases, and here's one of the adversaries. I believe that's Astrider, who is one of the level 5 foes, level 5 adversaries, rather. So again, these all snapped on very easily. I do want to say that I had a pretty difficult time getting the dragon bases on there. I really, it took quite a while before I was able to fit those on there. They seemed to be maybe just off by a nanometer. So I actually ended up having to run these bases under running water at various temperatures, trying to expand them just a hair before I was able to get them to fit on there. I did succeed in the end, but I was worried that only on these that I was afraid I was going to end up cracking the plastic. And actually, you can see there, it's still at the back here, it's still not quite on. I mean, it's on so that it's not going to come off. I'll need to work on this a little more, but I believe this one I finally got on successfully all the way across. It's the same level. You don't see where it's lower on one side or anything. So this one I got on. This one looks like I still need to do a little work, but I mean, it's not going to fall off. And as before, these do fit right back in the box, whoops, very easily. So no need about that. Now these do stick up just a hair higher But because this is the bottom level, the tray that sits on top has some space. It doesn't go all the way down to the lip here. Oops, it's hard to do this one-handed. It doesn't go all the way down to the lip. So even so, I don't have the lid on there, but once you put this back on, that base doesn't poke up into this tray. So I don't think it will be a problem. Let's just see here. Let's put the plastic on and see. Yeah, that feels fine. It doesn't feel raised or poking up through it or anything. And then because this tray sits a little higher than this tray, I don't foresee that causing any damage to the plastic or anything like that. So let's try with everything. All right, here is the complete set with all the bases on it. Everything looks great. Everything fits well. The only figure that I would not recommend leaving the base on is Titan. And I don't know how well this comes across, but his base is very, very tall. It comes up about ½ an inch outside the box, which is a little much. But again, fortunately, even one-handed, it's very easy to take the base off, and then he goes all the way back down, and you can just put this right on top of him, and now it's doesn't stick up at all. So when you play with Titan, I would recommend just putting his base on, but every other figure fits perfectly fine with the bases on. So let's go ahead and put in here the lid so we can just see, and yes, everything lies flat, everything feels great. And here is the other set over here. Again, trying to do this all one-handed so you can see how that looks. And there is everything in the box. And we put the lid on. Again, hard to do one-handed, but everything goes on perfectly fine. The box is flat, it's not sticking up, and works really great. So how can you get your own copies of these wonderful little bases? Well, these were available, created by a member of the Return to Dark Tower Facebook group. His name is Hans, and he provides the 3D printer files free of charge if you're lucky enough to have a 3D printer. I will put a link in the video description. If you, like me, do not own a 3D printer, you can order the copies through Etsy, which is what I did, and that's how I ended up with this lovely set. So again, I'll have the links to everything in the video below, and thanks for watching.